Rob, congratulations.
Yep.
Off and running here at the Winmau World Masters. It feel nice to get back in competitive action and off to a winning start.
Yeah, I think for me personally, you know, it's a long three and a bit weeks, you know. I think in a way I miss Bahrain and maybe the Toto or Saudi, but no, it's one of them. I put a bit of effort in and other stuff. I thought I was going to play better tonight. Opened up really well, 30. I thought, here we go. And then, struggled to find my grandmother.
When the World you spoke, it was all about motivation for you and getting yourself back on the board. What's life been like since the World Championship, Rob Cross? Has that happened?
Yeah, I've changed a lot of stuff, you know. I think I'm in a transition at the minute to get myself where I want to get myself. But, I'm in counselling and other stuff. I'm going to admit that. So that's something, what I've never done. I've always probably been scared of that and all, you know, at times. I never wanted to talk about my life, you know. It's more put a wall up, put a front up and carry on. So I'm in that. That's helping. And, about 2-3 weeks in or whatever at the minute. And I'll carry on with that, you know. I feel like it's doing something, you know, but it's got to start somewhere. So it's probably nowhere near where I want it, but look, why I've got time. No Premier League, no World Series pretty much, and that just gives me time, to try and sort myself, work on myself. And he actually asked me, the guy, what a guy, he said to me, do you want to make this about darts or do you just want this to be about you? And 100% I wanted it to be about me. And then I spoke to him the following week and he said, you can't have that because like 90% of the time you're playing darts, you know. So it's got to be about my life and what I do. But look, I'm starting to wake up and look in the mirror. I'm starting to like myself and other stuff. So maybe it's a good turn of events and I'm glad I'm doing it. I really am.
After the year you had last year then, obviously with all the issues away from the board, when did you realise that you needed to do something like that to get back to just being Rob?
I'm not being rude. I probably needed that for 20 years. You know, it's not saying it was darts related or anything. You know, I think when I like myself and I like certain bits in life and I enjoy life, I think I can do great things at darts. You know, it's not about just practicing. It's about enjoying life and enjoying the things around me. And sometimes I can be a bit guilty of doing that. So yeah, doing this was a massive step for me. I feel a lot better with it. At the same time, look, it's a journey. And why I've got time, one, I use the time. And I'm actually ready to do it, you know. Like I said, it wasn't darts related. I've had this for a long time. And then maybe I should have done it years ago and I would have been a better world champion, but remains to be seen. Thank you.
I know you said you missed the World Series, but having no Premier League and things like that, is that actually going to be a help to you mentally, not to have all that stress and all that trouble?
Yeah, right. Maybe not the travelling. Look, take out the travelling because look, when you're a professional at this game, I think that just comes part and parcel. And if you're the lucky egg or you're top of the tree, you know, you've got to accept doing that. It's a commitment. You sign on the dotted line, and that's where it's at. But just having this time at the minute, it gives me more time just to spend it in the places where I want to spend it. Look, I love the Premier League and I'll probably miss it this year. I'm not going to lie. Maybe not. But it just gives me a chance having all that extra. I get 3-4 days here and there. And, you know, instead of 16 weeks, trying to deal with 8 days at home, it's very tough on the boys. But it just gives me that chance to sort my life out and do what I want to do with it. And instead of it being about darts and just following one pattern, I'm probably going to focus more on myself, you know, and I think it's needed. I think the ability's there, everything with the game, but unless I get that upstairs right, there's no sort of like forward motion really, you know. So I think that's important.
Two debutants in the Premier League this year, Josh Ron and Gian. You've been in their position before. What advice?
They didn't have the pressure what I had when I went there. I don't think anyone's had the pressure what I had when I went to the Premier League. You know, world champion, promoted round the place, and I wish the things were there, what they've got today, compared to when I was there, do you know? But at the same time, look, it's a spectacle and it's going to be a great thing. And Joshy, personally, I think he's brilliant over the best of 11. He can beat anyone in the world, and don't get me wrong, yeah, he's going to lose a few and lose his own battles with certain stuff, but I think he'd do really well. And Veen's probably been a revelation for the last 4 or 5 months. I think it'd be a fair thingy. Look, there's a thing, yeah, when you kick that hockey and you have to step up to that, and they're definitely good enough. I think they will step up. I think they will perform. And remains to be seen how the other boys play and all. Cheers, mate.
Congratulations on that win. Right here in the World Championship as well, you've been very open about your issues away from the hockey and the side points of counselling. The past few years has been a real big push across the country and the world for more men talking about their mental health. So how important is it that people have issues, that they do talk about it and get the help that you've been wanting to do?
I think, look, it all goes on, yeah, when you was built, you know. I think old-fashioned people never spoke about anything, you know. I think the following day, they'd go to work, they'd do their normal thingies, they'd struggle with it. It wasn't really a thing years ago, because it was like, then people couldn't be ill in that way, you know, and that was the thingy. And I think times have changed now. I think people have changed. And look, if you're feeling that way, the most important thing is that you're okay. And if it means going to talk to people and doing stuff, even if it's a little bit, if you don't feel comfortable, you know, I'd highly recommend go and do that. And it's like I said, look, it's took me years to get to this point, to want to do it. Now I've got time, I'm going to use it to make it benefit me, hopefully. And if it don't work, look, I've tried everything to what I could do. So apart from that, it's medication, and I don't fancy that again.
I'm not sure if you read much of what's online, but when you spoke about the World Championship, there was an awful lot of support in the comments and the players on the video. What was it like when you finally won the World Championship and you got it off the chest and put it in the public domain?
I think I've lived a sheltered life in 8 years of playing darts. You know, if it starts, I front it. I think I've done it very well when I was at the head of it. You know, and sometimes, yeah, I think being a little bit old-fashioned in that way, that you feel that it's your job to actually front stuff, and that's the way I felt when I was world champion, that I had a duty to do that. Instead of looking after myself and doing other stuff, sometimes I said, yeah, I do that. And I think that's just life. It just depends on what kind of person you are at the end of it, you know. But however we are, the main thing is that you go and get help and do what's right for you. You know, it's a weird old world, but look, when you've got it right, you can do great things. And there's a bottomless pit at the end of it, yeah, to where you can achieve and where you want to go, you know, whether it's just in a small way, a big way. So the massive thing is for me, you know, I look at myself at the minute and it's like a bit like a road to redemption, really. But I'm definitely going to give it a good go. I'm enjoying it at the minute, and I hope it works, because if I wake up and my problem ain't darts problem sometimes. It's weird, you know, we all look at darts like it's the be all and end all, and it's really not. And I think sometimes just getting in there, playing, doing whatever, but if I wake up in the morning on the right side on the bed, you know, I feel like I can do special things, but it don't happen enough. I would say that. Thank you.
You set yourself good on the win. Do you set
Cheers.
yourself goals for the year, or psychology, or personal goals in your head, or?
Yeah, I think my personal goals are all on Bobby at the minute, all on me. That's what I would say. I don't think. Look, I turned up this week. I think I've been playing great, and everything. Like I think over the years I've spoke of a routine, which is important. You know, to me, I like a routine. I haven't had a routine for a long, long time. But at the same time, that routine, it matters a lot, you know. So now I'm working hard on trying to get that routine back and practicing, and now I'm doing this other thing, and hopefully, yeah, I can find a bit of common ground with it, you know, and that's the most important thing. But to be honest with you, on the other hand, yeah, I'm a lucky boy, you know. All my family's okay. They were ill yesterday, bit of a sickness bug, but everyone's okay, and I'm grateful for that. So there's a lot of people, yeah, will go through different stuff.
Did you feel any pressure coming into today? There was a lot of talk about, from the pundits and stuff like that. Sort of thing.
No, not really. I try not to listen to too many pundits or whatever. I've been there, I've done it, I've got the T-shirt, and I think it's all about me, just the way I feel, And if I feel all right, I think I can beat anyone in the tournament. I could beat anyone next week. But if I don't, then it could be back to square one, and we could be playing the guessing game again, So look, it's about enjoying life and doing stuff, and this will be a great tournament. I thought the standard was very high yesterday. I watched it for once. It's unusual for me, but no, just enjoy it. Come in and worry about myself instead of worrying about everything else. I think if I get it right and if I feel all right, I think I'll play well. I think I'll win. But look, I'm not going to worry about that.
Keep an eye on this game for the next 10 minutes. So
Not really. I think it's going to be an interesting game, personally. It's one of them. I don't know whether format increase tomorrow. Would it? 4? That'd be quite nice. I'd like a break next time just to be able to get the sweat off my head. I would say that.
warm on the